All right, as we head into midterm, it's time to really start thinking a little bit more about proofreading and revising. So we've started to add to our kind of grammar repertoire, and this will be along the lines of the mechanics that go with it. So what you're going to do, there are going to be a number of parts to this assignment, and the goal is to get this turned in by Thursday, which will be the 15th. So the first part of this is all about capitalization. I would imagine that this is going to be relatively easy. And so the general rule of thumb is that when you have proper nouns that name specific people, places, things, ideas, they are capitalized. So you'll see some examples listed down there for you. And then we are going to give you 5, and you can hopefully see that here in this gray box. Kind of grayish box, I should say, 5 sentences that you need to rewrite the sentences in full and capitalize the necessary words. So each of the 5 sentences, you're going to change any lowercase letters to capital letters, and each sentence needs 4 changes per. And you'll see the example given there. Washtenaw Community College in Ann Arbor is a great place to get an education. Community College in Ann Arbor were not properly capitalized, so the rewritten version shows that capitalization with that. One key here, though, is that you do not capitalize directions like north, south, east, and west. And this is always an interesting one. So if you're just traveling north, or you need to go south or go east, those are never going to be capitalized. However, we do use things like I'm traveling to the south. And if I'm traveling to the south, I'm talking about the regions of like South Carolina, Georgia, Louisiana, that kind of deep south sort of thing. So you'll see that very specific way that we use that language. So be careful as you go through that. Part 2 is going to get you into apostrophe use, and I've had minor conversations with some of you privately, and so really we want to focus on 2 roles of the apostrophe. One is to show ownership. So something, a noun, owns something next to it, or you're going to show a contraction. So you're going to have a mix of these to work on. And again, we're going to give you examples for each one, and really pay close attention to your possession. Because notice if I have the dog's tail, the dog has a tail. So it shows ownership. That dog owns the tail. So when you use that apostrophe S, you need to make certain that you have something for it to own right after it. Julie's children. I own my children in a certain way. The cat's owner. The cat has someone that they claim as an owner. So you'll see that structure for that. There are some other rules that go with apostrophes. We'll get to those a little bit later with plural possessive, but for now we're just going to be focusing on this apostrophe S. And then, of course, you have your contractions, where the letter is missing. So as you start typing, just pay close attention to the formatting here, because in a word like can't, C-A-N apostrophe T, there's no other space with that. And sometimes you can accidentally put in some extra spaces, and then that will show up as an error within your writing as well. There are a group of possessive pronouns that will never take apostrophes, words like his, hers, yours, its, theirs, and ours. For these words, they're already possessive. They're part of our possessive pronoun usage, and we're going to talk more about those this week, and they never will have apostrophes with them. So again, for this one, you're going to copy each of the sentences, whether you use a sheet of paper or you're typing them, and then you're going to choose the correct form of the contraction within each set. So you'll notice each one has a number of different options for you. So write the correct version of the sentence when you do that. And then the last section, part 3, this is the whole using formal language, and we're going to do a quick email sort of structure. So we've given you a really, really terrible email. And honestly, I've seen emails like this, and please don't ever send me an email like this. So your job is to assume that the person you're writing is not a close friend or family member, so your best grammar is expected. You're going to need to fix capitalization, change words, get rid of words, fix spellings. The tone needs to be appropriate for college work. You want to avoid comma splices or run-ons or fragments. So make any changes you want to this. So I hope that none of you will start your email by saying, hey, teach. We want to say, dear teacher, or in this case, you can substitute a name and just say Julie or professor or whatever you want to use for that. So have some fun on this. So you'll have 3 little sections that you'll post. It shouldn't take you very long, and we'll talk through some of this on Tuesday. Have a great one.